easily paranoid. Although, no, it's nothing medical. It just causes me to freak out from time to time. So, when we were playing around in the woods one night after school, I'd kept hearing a strange noise in the woods nearby, and it was late. I think it was a summer evening. It was about 9 or 10 p.m. and the sun was definitely just setting. My friends were like convinced it was just me being me, really. They probably thought it was just an animal of some sort, which is understandable because there were like loads there. So we just then continued talking about usual things until I just kept telling them I was hearing something and they wouldn't listen to me. To this day, I don't understand why they wouldn't listen to me. I swear to God there's a noise, just listen for it.
Jesus Christ, Adam, why are you so paranoid?
I'm not. It's just getting dark and there's something in there.
Why don't we just go look? It's not like it's gonna be a monster, is there?
No. Let's just leave it and go home. It's really late anyway.
Oh my God, Adam, why are you like this, man?
Yeah. Such a pussy.
So, we eventually sat at this bench and everyone's disappointed because it's on the edge of the woods. And for quite a while we're fine, just more talk and more of me being paranoid. And that's when Alex heard a noise towards the forest. And then they all shut up and listened. What we heard was some sort of repeated screaming noise from the forest. It was too human to be an animal, but yet too animal to be human. It would happen every 15 seconds or so. It would change in pitch or tone. It just stayed the same.
See? I told you. It wasn't just me. Look, man. I think we should get out of here.
I don't want to be a pussy, Alex.
Neither. We looked at the entrance and we just sort of waited to see what was making that noise. We saw two humanoid-ish shapes and the shapes of an animal, possibly a dog. We stared at them for 30 seconds or so, trying to determine what we should do. We'd never seen anything like it before. They continued making these weird noises and we just sort of decided that at this point we need to run. So I hopped over the bench where we were sat and Chris does the same. And so we both turn to see what we hear Alex letting off a high-pitched scream.
Ah!
What the hell? Adam! We need to go back, Adam!
I was running and nothing was stopping me at this point. And then I turned to see Chris watching Alex get dragged off the bench into some forest by the dark figure, smearing blood all over the grass.
Chris! Oh, come on, it's too late!
No! We need to go back for him!
I remember Chris's voice fell short and I slipped. Fell and I hit my head. The light of the sunset was almost completely gone, but what was left was just fading in and out. I'm pretty sure I was losing consciousness. When I fell, I think I hit my head off a rock, hidden in the grass or something, but that doesn't matter. I heard Chris's footsteps running towards me, and there were definitely some heavier ones as well behind him. I felt a searing pain in my left thigh, but Chris grabbed my forearms and started dragging me across the field in front of the forest. The searing in my leg continued. It was like a hot knife was digging deeper into me. Eventually I sort of fully regained consciousness and I looked down to see a large claw-looking thing. It could have been mistaken for a branch, about the same size as my forearm, sticking out of my leg. Felt like it was all over in an instant as Chris dropped my arms at the other side of the field.
Are you alright, Adam? What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
I decided then that we needed to call the police and I fucking needed an ambulance. They took us to the local hospital and treated us for shock and sorted out my leg. Just the usual things for an incident like this. A couple of weeks later the police contacted me again saying they couldn't identify what the claw-like object had come from or no report of Alex, alive or dead. But they did tell us the forest was the site of an old animal testing lab during the late 1800s. And it wasn't the first report of people going missing or being chased in that area. I can't help but think to myself, it was my fault. I wonder what. I could have awoken in that forest. And if it's still out there, to this day.